if it's working. I am live. And I'm by myself, y'all. We're having some technical difficulties. Got 3 people in here watching, so never had this problem before. Here he is again. Let me see if I can get him on here. Let's see.
Can you see me?
We're live right now. I can see you. Let me remove this other one. There we go. Okay. So I try to start by 2 o'clock. I mean, I try to get to start by 1:55, but I don't get into the real stuff till around 2. So I do have a few people in here that they're going to share your link from time to time, and towards the end, maybe ask a couple people come in and chat with you, ask you a few questions if they want to. Oh, I think I lost him again. Anyway, appreciate y'all coming. I can't tell who all's here. Let's see here. Ozarks Woodsman, Herbert. I only see 2, but it says that there's 6 watching. If y'all could give thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Gonna try to go for an hour today, hopefully. Y'all can help me out with some questions, I'd appreciate it. As soon as we get him in here. So, I was just noticing the other day that I've only got 1 sticker on my cup. I mean, yeah, it's the best one, but I'm just kidding. Here, I think he's here. Are you back? Can you hear? I don't know what's going on. Hey, can somebody else try that link and see if you...
Weird.
Can you hear me? Can somebody come in here and see if that's working? Can you hear me, Byron? Can anybody hear me? Hello. Hey, y'all. There's Outdoors with Dan. If y'all can hear me, please give me a thumbs up or something.
Can you hear me?
No.
What the?
Did you lose your orange hot sticker? Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know if I can text him while I'm on here or not. I don't know how that works. Let's see. Did I go away and come back when I did that? Can you hear me? Boy, let's see. Something's wrong, y'all. Don't know what it is. I got one of his here that I can't get rid of. I don't know how to get rid of it. Kick from studio. There we go. Now, when he shows up, maybe it'll work. We'll see. Does anybody else, when y'all do this chat, do y'all see the little banner in front of the chats that says share your referral link? It's like it blocks all of the chats. And the only way I can see y'all really good is to pull it up and read it. Got Ken here. Herbert says hello, Ken. Hey, Dan, Ozarks. There's Byron one more time.
Hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me this time?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on.
I think you had came in here before and left, and you were still on stage with that other one somehow. So I finally kicked you out of it.
All right. Well, now we're back. We should be.
All right. We're going to try to go till 3 o'clock, hopefully. Hopefully. I'm not real great at this, but anyway, we got people in the chat. They're going to be sharing your link, and towards the end of the chat, we'll have people have opportunity to come in and ask you a couple questions if they want to. People usually don't. I don't know why. Uh, anyway, everybody, this is Byron from Byron's Baits. There he is. Most of y'all know him. I've talked to y'all about him several times. And I think some of y'all has actually checked out his channel, which I appreciate. Okay. Appreciate everybody being here. I really, really do. You could have been everywhere, but you decided to come here. Hopefully more people come in. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So anyway, Byron, I met him. I just want to say this real quick. The way I met him is several years ago or not several years ago, a year ago or whatever. Right after he started his channel, I ran across him, a video of him camping, and the way I remembered, he was in a tent with a 4-wheeler and he's camping in a backyard or something like that. And anyway, at first I wasn't sure if he was serious or not. It took me a little bit to determine he was serious. So I thought, well, I'll support him and watch him. And anyway, I stayed that way for quite a while. And then all of a sudden, one video, he just like, boom, passed me so fast. He's up to, are you past 6,000 subscribers yet?
I'm like 200 and some away. So probably in the next few weeks I'll be at 6,000.
Almost 6,000 subscribers. I'm still trying to get to 2. So anyway, and then he contacted me one time. We were just communicating through comments. He contacted me one time by email, says, hey, would you want to do a collab? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So y'all saw that video. Most of you did anyway, where we got together and camped out and had a good time. It was a little awkward at first. Always awkward meeting a new person. So probably a little awkward for both of us.
Yeah.
But we got used to it and ended up having a good time. All right. I think it's 2:02, so we're going to go ahead and start. So my first question for you, Byron, I try to get questions that people ask me when I can. When did you start your YouTube channel exactly? What date?
When did I start it?
Yeah.
It was about probably 3 or 4 years ago is when I actually started it. But
Oh, really?
frequently, yeah. I have a few videos from way back then. Some of them I privated, but yeah.
I think I've seen one of them. Maybe I saw one video that here a while back I had never seen before, and it was you with a mullet fishing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I
Was that in the
used to have
beginning?
Well, oh my god.
All right. So my next question is, and anybody in chat, if you have questions, you can ask anytime. I appreciate questions. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the thing. So what made you decide to start a channel? Like, it was it just somebody you saw, or you just didn't like your job, or what made you start it?
So this is like this goes for so last year I was a sophomore in high school and I was like I went online because I wanted to like go full time into the bait business and whatnot, but you can only do so much with like, hey, you should buy my bait, and it didn't really work out. So I ended up watching a bunch of like YouTubers, and I ran across a dude named Mav that truck camped.
Right.
Then I kind of just did it, and here I am. So
Have you had an
yeah.
opportunity to talk with Mav?
What?
Have you had an opportunity to talk with Mav since you started?
Yeah, I actually met him up in Minnesota last year out of nowhere.
Oh, I remember that. You came out of the store all nervous and waited for him to come out. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep.
He's like,
Oh my
you're like, y'all ain't gonna believe what I just saw in there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I pulled up and I seen the back of his truck, which was like an F-350. And I was like, no, he had a mud flaps on it. And it was like what he had in his last video. And I was like, no way. And then he's like
Yeah,
sitting right there with he was like messing with something. I was just like, my gosh, it's him.
that's funny. So Herbert says real quick, he just says, nice shot, Byron.
Oh yeah, you like the shed, the bait shed?
That's his bait shed, y'all. Let's see. Ken says he makes soft plastic bass baits, but has also done some hard baits as well.
Yep, I do hard fishing. I have one right now. I'll show you. This isn't. This is like the base coat.
By the way, y'all, this is his bait shop right here that you're looking at.
This is one I'm working on right now.
Oh man, that one looks good.
It'll be done probably this week sometime.
That looks good.
Thank you.
So speaking of that, you people in chat, Byron couldn't get his phone to, for some reason, couldn't get it sideways with the picture right, so that's why he's that way. But y'all look over my studio as we're chatting. Tell me if you see anything different that you've never seen here before. It's kind of hidden, but anyway. So the way he met Mav reminded me of when me and Byron actually met. We were going to go to a camp out together. So he headed out the day before and we stayed in communication. He's like, I'm staying at beside a Whataburger and a McDonald's, Walmart tonight. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to head there in the morning. And well, I headed out early. And on my way to the camp out, I saw Burger King coming up. I was like, well, there's a Burger King. And then I thought I saw his truck. And I'm like, no way that's his truck. And so I looked over and there's a Walmart. It did. It ended up being him. So that was kind of strange. Are you still there, Byron? I don't know why we're having troubles, y'all, but we are. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Kick from stage. Kick from stage. Oh boy. Kick from stage. Kick from stage. Okay. Can you hear me? Byron? Oh man, y'all. I don't know what's happening here. All right. Don't know what's happening. Let's see. All right. Got that. Hopefully he'll come back. He just sent me a text. Kick all the Byrons out. I'm coming back in. I did. Oh man. Let's see. I don't know if you're watching on something else, Byron, but I've kicked all your other ones out now. That's what I was. Here we go. Here we are.
That is so annoying. I was trying to check the comments and then I exited out on accident.
Yeah. Well, that's how old people feel with technology all the time.
Yeah.
So Snips and Snaps. She's from Canada. She says, "Hey, all, just checking in for a minute. It's noon here and too nice outside. I will catch up on replay if I have to jump out." I had her on a couple weeks ago, I think, or a week ago. Let me see if there's any more comments here before we go any further. Fishing lure hanging on the ruler. Hey, Herbert, he got it right. So let me show y'all. I'm gonna put me on solo for a second. Right over here in this corner. Uh-oh. Ooh. Look at this, y'all. So when me and Byron was going to meet up, I asked him about the first hard bait he made because I watched that video and I wanted to see it in real life. So he brought it on the camp out. He wouldn't give it to me, but he gave me this one. This is another one he made. It was among some of the first, and I think it's going to be cool to hang on to it and then compare it to some of his newer ones a year or two down the road. But yep, that's what was hanging up. Leave it to Herbert. All right, next question. Why did you specifically choose truck camping over other types of camping? Because I remember you camping in a truck even before you got a topper.
Yeah. So, so I'm kind of a lazy person, and I like stuff where I can do it once, and then if I want to use it, I can just like hop in it and go, you know. But with like if you do bushcrafting and stuff, you gotta like lug all this stuff out there, make the shelter, and I don't know. It's not my favorite type of camping to do, but I'll still do it for the video or whatnot. But I don't know. I like truck camping so cool too because like I can sleep at the boat ramp and stuff when I go fishing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I almost sent you a video today that I saw, but I didn't because I didn't want to scare you. But there's a guy sleeping at Walmart, and some weird person was over there just staring through his windows, man, and wouldn't leave.
What the heck? Actually, so the video that's coming out tonight, I actually got woken up by a conservation officer
Oh, yeah?
from my area. Yeah,
Did it scare you?
not really. It was at 6:30 in the morning, and I was kind of confused. I was like, "What in the world?" And he was just kind of
Oh,
saying that I can't camp here anymore or whatever because it's part of county land or something.
oh, okay. At least it wasn't
Yeah,
in the middle of the night.
yeah, that'd have been a little weird.
Okay, yeah. A few new people went out, a few new people came in. I just ask everybody, please keep everything clean, language, everything, because I know for a fact we got at least a couple kids that do watch, and I'd really appreciate it. So, Bill Byers is he came from your channel to my channel, so I
Hmm.
appreciate that. And he watches my stuff. He says, let's see, how did the Dingleberry trails go, Byron?
Want to say that one more time?
How did the Dingleberry trails go?
The Dingleberry Trails?
That's what he says.
Does he mean trials? Or
Maybe he said trials, and I said Trails. How did the Dingleberry trails go?
I don't really know what it means. I caught a fish on him though. In the video, you'll see it in the video. Yeah, this lure right here is the one that's coming out tonight.
Ooh, show it up closer. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that one. That's weird looking.
It's a dingleberry.
Yeah, it looks like one. All right. I sold my camper trailer, and not long after I got back from us camping, I would like to get a slide-in camper for my truck,
Oh
and
yeah.
kind of for the same reason like you, but especially in the summer and spring, I want to be able to just get in my truck and go.
Mm-hmm.
And because I get tired, and I don't like camping on the ground through the summer and spring, I want to be enclosed where snakes can't get to me.
Yeah.
So, have you had any sketchy experiences with people bothering you through the night while you're in your camper? And if so, tell us about it. Besides that last one.
Um, I haven't really had anything. I haven't had anything like that happen. I haven't had anyone follow me or anything. I've
Well,
had
you
what?
I said, but you did get offered $60.
Oh well, I don't know, like that stuff doesn't really sketch me out. I just kind of like I just it would sketch me out there like walking around my truck and like my boat and stuff. But yeah, that I don't know. I meet people like that sometimes where I don't really get sketched out by them. I just get like I just laugh kind of because it's funny. But
Well, tell that story because that sketched me out.
oh my, he was so fun. I had to. It was like 30 minutes of him talking. And I had to cut out so much of it. He was just yeah, he was
So
on a
what were y'all? You were at your truck or your boat, and he just came up and started talking.
yeah. So like well, so I put my tripod out to take a thumbnail for the video.
Uh huh.
He like he thought I was like recording him and stuff, and I was like,
Oh,
no, we're not recording you or anything. He's just like, and starts kind of ranting on about whatever he was talking about.
yeah. Well, I know he offered some money, and it was weird to me. He just kept talking to y'all, and y'all just kept talking like it was nothing. But then later, you're like, maybe we'll pass the money forward or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but he was just like, I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need it. And I was like, all right, you sure, dude?
There was one day I was in Dollar General, and I was watching a video or recording one. I don't remember which, but I had my phone up to where I could see it because of the glare. And some dude in front of me turned around. He's like, "You recording me?" I was like, "What?" He thought I was recording him too. And I'm like, "No, dude." I turned the phone around and showed him. I'm like, "I'm not recording you. I'm trying to watch something. And I'm keeping the glare off of it." I think he still didn't believe me. Okay, next question. How did you start your bait shop? That'll be the next question.
How to start the bait business?
What made you decide to do that? I mean, just out of nowhere.
Um, I've been fishing since I was like 12, and then one of my buddies actually started doing it, and me and him like went into like a partner thing, and then he kind of really wasn't like obsessed with fishing like I am, and then I kind of just went and did my own thing, and then it was pretty slow for the first like 2 years, and then once I started YouTube, it's like grown pretty big. So, well, not
So
really
you were
big, but like big enough to, you know.
you were doing baits before YouTube?
Yeah, I was doing bass before YouTube.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. Let's see. Let's see. Which do you like better? Do you like the bait making part better, or do you like the camping part better? I'm sure you like both, but if you could only do one most of the time, which one would you choose?
Probably camping. Bait
Really?
like yeah, bait making's fun for like finding out new stuff, but like once I have to sit there all day and like do the same colors I've done 100 times over and over, just like restock and stuff, like that gets a little annoying, but it's my job, so it's fine. And then but like camping's different every time, and I can be so much more creative with camping though. Like I can do so much more stuff and like different camera angles and then get different, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I enjoy that more because I get to do a lot more and whatever else.
You know what one of my favorite videos was, and it's probably one of your least favorite videos. It's fairly recent, and it's when you tried staying up under the bridge in that wind and bitter cold.
Oh yeah, that one sucks so bad. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I liked it though because you worked so hard at it.
Yeah.
That's kind of stuff I like seeing. Just work so hard, and then either works or it don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up on these comments. Herbert says, which bait do you prefer, hard baits or soft plastic? As far as making, I guess. Would you rather make the hard ones or the soft ones?
Um, Depends on the day, honestly. I don't know. The soft plastic ones they're really satisfying to make, but then hard baits they take like a few days to do. But then the end result is actually I don't know. I think I like the end result more for hard baits. With the actual making process, I like the soft plastics more.
And which do you like fishing with more? Oh, think you're frozen.
Probably
There you
I
go.
am.
No, not now.
I think the soft plastics I like fishing with more. They're a lot more versatile, and you can do a lot more stuff with
Can
them.
do you have a favorite that you've made of your own? Like, can you show us your favorite one if you got
Yeah.
one?
So this one is like one of my favorites. It's like
Okay.
3 inches, and you can either Texas rig this or I put it on a Ned rig hook, so this will stand up in the water like this
Uh-huh.
and just flail around, and the fish come up to it and then catch them right there. Or and then this I'll find it. Uh, this style one is pretty good too. These tails like kick in the water a bunch.
We're not seeing you.
You're not seeing me?
No, I'm not. Are y'all
Can't see me?
seeing him? I guess it's just froze. We're seeing it. Your empty building. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but your picture went away.
Can you still
Still
hear me?
by. Yeah, I can still. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I just got kicked out of it again, so you're probably gonna have to kick me and I'll rejoin in a second.
Okay,
Can you still? All right. Sorry about. Oh, gosh.
that's all right. Let's see here, y'all. Let's see here. Stage. Byron. Pick from studio. Yes. Add the stage. All right. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
I think a little bit of the reason I keep getting my connection is that good because I'm a little farther away from my Wi-Fi router in my shed.
Well,
But here's another one. That's pretty good.
oh yeah, I like that one. Hang on. Let me solo you. Hang on. There we go. Is that a glow in the dark?
Oh no, this is just like a bone color.
Hmm.
Yeah, this one's tails flop really good. And then I use that one a lot when I'm fishing on like fish on beds. And
What
then
is
this
that
is
catch? Is that bass?
yeah, I've caught a bass, walleye, and pike on that one.
And what do you catch with crappie with?
I have little. I'll go grab one. I have
Smaller
little.
bait?
Yeah, I have smaller ones. I have little paddle tails, and then like uh, little like I don't even know what they call them. I call them. I don't know
Hey,
what I call them. Drawing a blank.
so I think as you go out towards your building, the signal gets bad. Yeah,
This one is what I
I
catch
like.
like crappies on.
All right. I'm wondering. I'm trying to see what that is. 'Cause I got a bunch of your baits. I'm wondering if that's one of them I
It's
got.
like a. It's very small. It's like I
Yeah.
think 2 inches.
Huh. All right. Is your truck there?
Yeah.
If your signal's better over there, you could show us your truck and your new build and stuff.
All right. Yeah, that'll probably work. Yeah, I think because for some reason when I go on my US or my data on this, it doesn't work that good. Like I don't even think it works at all.
Yeah. All right. Herbert says, have you made your own molds for plastics or are they all pre-made?
They're all pre-made. The ones I'm actually so next winter I'm gonna design my own bait and then get molds made for it and whatnot. But that'll be quite expensive. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna wait a little bit.
That's kind of sad because I was like hoping to see them molds.
Well, I'm sure I can. I'll get it to work.
Well, let's do the build first since you're already there.
All right.
I'm trying to read these comments. So Phil Byers says that I guess he's talking about that sketchy guy that gave you all some money. He says, I thought that was your cousin, Ozark. Because I made that comment on your channel. I was like, I see you met my cousin.
Yeah, I've seen that. All right.
Where
Kind of
was
a
that
mess,
in?
but I think I can change my camera around, right? Oh. Well, can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of messy, but then this is a drawer. If I can get it to come out. That's like I actually have. You guys will see some stuff that you're gonna see in future videos, but I have some MREs here that we're gonna
Oh,
try.
dude, I got one of those. I think exactly like that. I bought at a flea market.
Yeah.
What is yours?
Okay. So I have a pizza slice and this one, and then I have a chicken burrito bowl. Is this one?
Okay, mine
So
is chili. Can we see in the drawer, or is it too messy?
this one,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just tool
Oh,
bag
yeah.
right now and a
You got
blanket
quite a
back
bit of
there.
space.
Yeah,
So,
and
how
then
is it different from your last build?
so this is it's built on. It's so much different. So it's built on a piece of plywood. Like everything's built on top of it.
Uh-huh.
I have a fridge now. I have solar panels. Have lights that are wired in. Uh, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Like I have a pull out. I'll pull this out. Oh, yeah. So this is like the pull out kitchen. So like so we had a track meet the other night, and I put a grill on top of this and was like grilling for the team and whatnot. It was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
So and then this like hinges up, and then there's like a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, I remember watching that video, and you just made that spice rack just like out of nothing. You're like, I think I need a spice rack.
Yeah, I just made it.
Yep.
And then here's my fridge. In there, have a bunch of stuff.
Does that stay cool all the time, or just when you're out camping?
Oh, it's been running for the past 4 days, so
Oh,
it
wow.
depends when I want to put stuff in it and whatnot.
Now,
Yeah,
was that from a business that sponsored you?
yeah, it's from IceCo. It's like a fridge and free. I can do it all from my phone. It's really cool.
Oh, that's real cool.
And then I'll show you guys this. So I had another company reach out to me, and this is gonna be the next, not the next video coming out today, but next week. I have an e-bike now,
Oh, wow. That is cool.
so yeah, gonna ride that back to a fishing spot or something like that.
Yeah. There's one guy that I watch a lot that he got into the e-bikes and they just kept sending them to him. And he kept taking them because he would use them for a little bit and then sell them to make his house payment. Because he just does YouTube full time. And so they'd send him another and another. And I think his views started going down because that got to be all he was doing. And so he
Yeah,
finally backed off of it. And for a while, and he just now started. I think he's done one or two videos lately with a new e-bike. I've never got an offer for one of those. I get offers for like knives and hatchets, and
Oh yeah.
I've only accepted one this whole time. I don't know why. What did your family and friends think about you starting YouTube? You
Um.
start with your mom because you live with your mom, don't you?
Yeah. I'll talk about my parents then. My friends. So my mom was. It was so it's kind of like my mom has always been supportive of it, and then it was kind of like my dad and then my grandparents were a little leery about it.
Yeah,
So they're just like, okay, whatever. But then when I started like, uh, so my mom, she was all for it. Like she's like, you have a great personality, and like I believe you can do it and stuff. So like, she's always been supportive from the beginning. My dad was a little, he's like, okay, go for it, and then just see where it goes or whatever. And then when I started like, when I started getting like brand deals and stuff, that's when they kind of like looked at me. They were just like, dang, you're actually like getting stuff from it and doing decently well.
yeah.
So yeah, like and then my friends, I think it's like my buddy Jace, he would kind of start as his YouTube channel. He's not like consistently uploading, but he
Now
has
is he
some.
the one with the dog or the one that don't have a dog?
He's the one that doesn't have a dog.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he does some fishing videos. He has one coming out when he edits it and posts it, but you know they think it's pretty cool. They like some of the in a month, less than a month. Me and one of my friends are going to Montana for a big video. That's gonna that one's gonna be crazy.
So Herbert says, "How do you power that?" Talking about your refrigerator.
So I have a 100 amp hour lithium battery that goes into a 500-watt inverter, and then that plugs the fridge plugs into their inverter.
Wow. Um. Yeah, I've seen you plug all that up, but it looks kind of complicated to me.
It's kind of like you just got to know what to plug in and what to not plug in together. And anything after that is kind of simple. After you connect the solar and stuff, it's just simple from there. So
Uh, let's see. Hang on, I'm losing. Trying to keep up with this over here. Uh oh. Uh, Connie says she'll catch up with us later. Okay, that was the last one. How do you power all that? I actually had this set up for outside, and right at the last minute, I'm like, it wasn't working. The neighbors were out yelling, the dogs were barking and screaming, and the wind was blowing, and so I was rushing, hurry up and try to get in here. It's terrible. So everything just kind of throw together. But
hey, it works.
so your grandma, you was talking about your family. She makes stuff that you actually sell on your website. And I
Mm-hmm.
think personally that's really cool. My next item I'm wanting to get when I get to is the pillowcase that you sell that your grandma made. Just because I think that's so cool that she would do something like that.
Yeah, it is really cool. I mean, she just one day I don't even know she's been making me stuff like that my entire life. Like she makes me like pillowcases and whatnot. And then one day she was like, "You want to try and sell a few?" And I was like, "Might as well." And then
Yeah,
ever since she's been making. I still have like two or three I still need to post because she just keeps making new ones and stuff. And it's kind of hard to
yeah.
keep up. So
That's
yeah,
good though.
yeah. I mean, she's retired and helps me out, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So you talked about your family. It's your mom. You live with your mom. So
Mm-hmm.
tell me what she think. Well, you can say what they all think about you driving all over the country. Because when I mean, you started when you were 16,
Uh-huh.
you're 17 now, and
Yep.
you drive all over the country and you stay with people you don't know. You, you know, it's just, I ain't saying it's sketchy. It's really cool. But how does your family feel about it?
Oh, my mom, she's always just like, you need to let me know what you're doing and where you're at, which is understandable and whatnot. My dad, he kind of finds out after the fact.
Oh,
And then my grandma and stuff, she's very just like, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be going that far, and or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I want to explore until poor, you know. I just want to see
yeah,
stuff before I die, and there's no point in waiting. So if I
yeah.
could do it now, you know.
You just don't want to die from it.
Yeah.
People warned me too. You know, me and Minnesota Mike, he came here and we went camping. He's the first YouTuber I met, I think. And he said his whole family was having a cow. What if he's some murderer and you get down there out in the woods and he does away with you? And so they were the same way. They want to know where he was at all times. And it's kind of
Yeah.
funny. People don't really say nothing to me about it. They probably don't really care. I'm just kidding. They do care. Okay,
Well,
go ahead.
oh, and then it like I don't know, also helps. I'm a fairly big guy, and I can grow a kind of a beard, so people like they don't know I'm 16, you know,
Yeah.
unless you like actually know who I am. But
That,
yeah, that helps.
you know, when we went camping, that was just before you turned 17, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it is weird. It's really weird because even meeting you in person, it's like you're so tall and a big guy. It's like I kept forgetting that that was your age. In my
Yeah.
mind, you're like 21, 22, or something like that. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely helps being a big dude.
so have you been anywhere where they're like, nope, you're too young, you can't do this by yourself, or you can't get in here without your parents' permission, or
No, not really. Uh, no, I haven't had anything like that happen. I like when I was up in uh Two Harbors, Minnesota, which is on like the North Shore.
uh-huh.
I I did a bunch of stuff up there. Like I went to Lutzen Mountain and like rode this cart all the way up to a hill and stuff, and I've never had any issues with that. So
uh, Bill says grandparents do those things.
yeah, you're worried sometimes, but
So, how has your channel? How has it met your expectations, and how has it not fulfilled your expectations in other ways?
like the channel, like the numbers and stuff.
Well, just everything. Like I mean, everything. Like right now, I mean, you're not some big famous movie star, but you got a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you got people that's like, well, I was in your chat, not chat. I was in your live chat one time, and there was some girl in there saying, "Say my name, just say my name."
Yeah.
And so
Um.
stuff like that, and just the fact of I've seen a couple of videos where you're talking and you're just like, I can't believe I'm actually living this. I can't believe this is actually happening and working. So
So how I'll start with like how it has exceeded my expectations. So my whole this is unbelievable to talk about. Like this is what makes me realize like I'm doing it. So last summer, uh, so I like last year at this time I was doing this like YouTube thing and like I was making no money at all. Like I was
yeah,
making nothing. Like I was losing. Like every trip I go on, I was losing money on it. But like I just wanted to do it so bad I didn't care. Like I was just like I want to do this for the rest of my life and like do it, you know. And
yeah,
never was like I didn't really care about losing the money, but so the whole goal was to at this time. of like last year. I was talking about where I want to be in a year, and I was just like, if I could be making like a few extra bucks a month from YouTube to like do trips, but like I still work at the old job I used to work at, which was landscaping. And then now I'm like just doing YouTube full time. I don't have to go to work this summer, and I can just all I do is film videos and stuff. So like that has exceeded my expectations. Um, and then also like the subscribers and stuff, like almost 6,000. Like hopefully hitting 10,000 before the end of summer,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And then like yeah, I don't know, just making enough to do it and like be able to support myself at and put some money away for a house and whatever. Like that's really cool.
So
Um,
go ahead.
what?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna keep going on. You can just. What were you gonna say?
There's a Nancy Drew says, "What's he doing about school?"
Oh, I do. I do online school. Well, so I do this thing called dual enrollment, and I have one in-person class at the school, which is gym, and it's in the morning. So I go to school every other day. I do my gym class, and then I do everything else online.
That's cool. Phil had actually answered her. He said he online schools. And she's like, "Thank you, Phil." All right. And what is okay? What it has what has it not met your expectations? What part hasn't met your expectations? What's been disappointing?
So disappointing is definitely the views and stuff. Like when you have a real like you think you have such a good video and you like it's gonna blow up and then it doesn't,
Yeah.
Like that always
Mm.
like that's like an every YouTuber thing though.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I'll have a really good one, and I mean I never get like ton loads of views anyway, but I think it's just so good, and I can't wait to put it out. And 3 days later, I got like 150 views, and I'm like, "What happened?" And then I'll just do one real quick, just because I need to put something out, and I'll throw it out there, and it ends up getting 1,500 views or something. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. But yeah, like that's probably the only thing, honestly, because more views to get more money and more exposure. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of I always look at it. So I obviously like keep up inventory on my baits and stuff, but I always look at it as like my YouTube channel is like the heartbeat to the whole thing. So like the channel's doing good, you get more traffic to the website, and that gets more sales and stuff. So yeah, I focus more on videos than I do anything. I think
Yeah.
like I'm trying to get one planned. I have some really good ones coming out in the next few weeks. So do you know what a Cushman is?
I've heard that. What is it? I've heard it. I'm probably going to
So
recognize it.
it's the one that's in my town. It's a three-wheeled like mini truck with a three-speed transmission.
Okay. No, I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, so the guy has to put a new clutch in it, and he's gonna let me take it out on a camping trip. That's one of the
Oh,
videos I
wow.
think is gonna do really well. Cause
That's going to be cool.
and then I have another one that it's not. It's I'm gonna film it just to have it to post when I'm like out on these big trips and stuff.
Yeah.
And then
Was that your mom?
no, it's my grandma. She's
Oh, tell her hi.
hi, grandma. But then
You're talking
yeah.
about your other
What?
video.
Oh, so I'm gonna do a video where I'm gonna go fishing with this girl. I'm gonna like take her on a date, and that's gonna be the video.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and then boat camping. I'm gonna do some boat camping videos where I like go into a sandbar and just anchor up for the night, and then
Man, that's one plan I've had the last 2 summers is to camp on my, as you call it, my little sandbox.
yeah,
but
I
I
think
haven't done it yet. But I plan to.
might as well. Like,
Yeah. Uh, so here a while back, I told you here a while back. I told everybody I was looking for a hearse because I wanted to turn a hearse into a camper,
yeah,
and I can't find one anywhere that I can afford. But in town here, there's a funeral home that moved to a new location, and at their old location, there's an old hearse there. It's been sitting there since I've lived here, never moved, covered with dust. So I sent them an email, a very long email with my link, my phone number, everything. And I'm like, hey, man, I was wondering if I could camp out in your hearse. But they never responded. So not yet, anyway. I hope they do. But I'm thinking they're probably thinking that would look really disrespectful and bad
yeah.
for their business. Uh, okay, getting close. What is your biggest memory or your best memory so far that you've done with your channel? Something that sticks out more than anything else? Besides camping with me, of course. I know that was the highlight of your career, but
Yep, yep. Like, are we talking like just like a goal or like a trip I've been on, or just both? Should I say both?
just, just your biggest memory of everything that's happened or your favorite.
It's okay. It's probably meeting Marling Bates and becoming
Okay.
a friend with Marling.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is, he's almost at 620,000 subscribers. He's a really big YouTuber, and
Uh huh.
yeah, I'm going fishing with him tomorrow, so that's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, and like that's probably the one that sticks out the most because oh my gosh, or like meeting Mav too, like just meeting the people that have inspired you to do is probably the coolest thing.
Yeah.
But like, uh, I was like, I was the day before I met Marling, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna meet him one day because I figured out he lived around me from his videos because I fished some of the spots he does,
Uh huh.
and I was like, I'm gonna meet him one day. I'm gonna meet him when I'm out fishing, you know. And then the next day, I meet him at the swap meet I'm at, and
Oh
then
wow.
one of his friends come or like reached out to me, and then we ended up going fishing. All of us went fishing together. I got his number, and then here we are today. It's
That's
pretty cool.
awesome. You know, that's like one day I was doing my live here, and sorry, I'm trying to read these things. Bill says if it's the prom date girl, can I take her mom?
Sadly, it is not the prom date girl.
Oh. So anyway, one day Nicholas Green just popped in on one of my lives, and it was like, oh hi, because I watched him probably first before I ever watched anybody, long, long time ago, and he was just a little old thing camping in his backyard, and now even after all the subscribers that he's lost, he's said he's lost a ton, but he still has over 450,000, no, 550,000, something like that, subscribers. And he was so down to earth. I was like, hey, man, would you do a live with me? I mean, my lives are nothing, you know? And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to do that. So that was really cool. And he might be going to that Pennsylvania thing that I sent that information on.
Yeah.
I hope I get to go to that. He's supposed to go, and then another guy named Mission Discover is supposed to be going. Hopefully. Um, what is your worst experience so far,
My worst experience.
or worst memory, or whatever?
Uh, the one that's sticking out to me is when I was in Mille Lacs Lake up in Minnesota last summer, and mosquitoes and camping does not go well. That
Yeah,
sucks so bad. Oh my god! So I brought this fan and then like a 1500 watt. No, it's not even 15. It's like 750 watt little power bank. It's like this big. Looks
yeah.
like a toaster. And I had a fan blowing on me, so the mosquitoes were off. And that died at 5 in the morning. And oh my god, that was so bad because you think you killed them all, and then you're just sitting there and
Yeah.
zzz,
Yeah.
and then I jump out. of my truck, and there's like hundreds. Oh my god, that was so bad.
That was all on video, wasn't it?
That was yeah.
I
Yeah
remember that.
that was the first ever like actual big trip I did. That was really cool. That's probably the most memorable one.
I thought it was funny.
God, you always back at anything, it's funny, but in the moment, it sucks so bad.
Oh, I know. That's how I feel about a lot of things. I look back at it and I can laugh, especially stupid stuff. Man, I do some of the stupidest things. Like I got a video coming out here in just a few minutes, I think. And it was just I got a cheap wood burning stove. So I bought a little wood burning stove for my small tent. And then we went to a camp out with a bunch of people, and I ended up giving it to one of the other YouTubers because he gives me stuff all the time. It's Minnesota Mike.
Yeah.
So I ended up buying me another one, which they sent me the wrong one. It wasn't the one they advertised, but I kept it because it was cheap. But I'm sitting here doing the video, and as I edited and got it all edited and uploaded, I was looking at it again just to make sure. Or no, it was as I was editing because I put a description on there because I'm like pointing behind me, and I'm like, they only sent 4 pipes, blah blah, and there's 5 pipes laying there. So it's like I put on there. Obviously, I can't count. So to me, it's funny, but in my mind, I'm thinking, how did I do that? They're right there, every one of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
How many states have you traveled to
Oh, like in my entire life or just solo?
since you've been doing with YouTube?
I gotta count. So I've been to Minnesota, Wisconsin, South Dakota, Missouri, Nebraska. I've driven through like I've been through Indiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, uh, Wyoming, Montana,
Good gosh.
um, Ohio. So 13, I think, so far.
Wow. Good thing
I
you
went,
got a kind of truck that lasts forever.
yeah, I know. I'm so glad I ended up going with a Toyota Tundra.
Yeah. That's, I tried to get another Tundra. I couldn't afford it, so I had to go with a Silverado.
Yeah, Silverados are really good. I have one of those too, and they're nice.
All right. I have one more. Wait, I got 2 more questions, but are we going to be able to see your moles or anything?
Oh yeah, if you want to like see the mold, I can bring some out here and show you the molds if you want.
Yeah. Let me ask you a couple more questions and we'll do that.
All right, sounds good.
So, what is your favorite rod and reel to fish with? And what is your favorite fish to fish for?
My favorite rod and reel that I own that I like to fish with is either I like the Shimano SLX DC with it's like a 6'6" medium heavy Abu Garcia rod. That's probably my favorite one because it's just so nice. But then I also have a Shimano Curado DC on a Synchroix Mojo bass rod, which it may sound like gibberish if you don't know what I'm talking about. But and then I have like I don't know. I like all my rods, but the SLX is definitely the favorite. And then
Yeah.
I like fishing for bass and like smallmouth bass and stuff like that.
And why is that?
It's more fun and it's very like you can do so much more. You can fish so many different styles of baits. You can fish the baits different ways. You can go to different areas. You can fish all sorts of bodies of water, and they're usually there.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's really fun. And then you get
So,
yeah.
do you like open face or the bait caster's best? Or does it depend on what you're fishing for?
Depends on the weight of the lure I'm throwing. So like
Okay.
heavier like crankbait stuff, I like throwing the bait casters, and then like if I'm throwing some little stuff, I like throwing the spinning rods because it's just easier.
Yeah. All right. Last question. I've noticed you don't keep a lot of the fish you catch. Do you only keep them as you're wanting to eat them, or do you ever collect any and freeze them at home?
Um, I only keep fish like when I'm gonna eat them, like after. Uh, I don't know, and sometimes like I could keep it, but I'm just like, eh. I don't really want to go through the struggle of cleaning it. I already have something in the fridge ready to go, so
Yeah,
yeah. But like, well, but when I go to Wisconsin this year again, like I always keep fish in there. And then we have a fish fry, and then my grandparents say freeze them afterwards if we have any leftovers, and then they end up eating them. So
I've got a. I did a video with a guy this past winter in a boat. We was gonna go fishing, ended up being too cold. Our eyelids kept getting froze over. But oh, man, what was I fixing to say about him? But now I've totally lost my train of thought. I can't remember, but he fishes for oh yeah, I was gonna he fishes for mostly crappie,
yeah,
and he always brings a knife with him, battery powered knife, and he fillets them. He'll catch them out wherever, and then he always brings them to the dock, fillets them in the little fillet area, and dumps all the guts and stuff into the lake, and goes on home.
heck yeah.
So that's the questions I got. If you could show us like one of your molds or something, that'd be really cool. And if
All right,
anybody has questions, y'all can start asking. Push the link to come in if you want to. You can ask live. Everybody gets scared to do that. I don't know why, but or just don't want to.
all right. I'll go grab two molds. I'll go grab the dingleberry mold and then the one of the better ones.
All right,
All right, I'll be right back.
all right. Woodsman, calm down. I know you got to be thinking something. Oh man. Hey, cage free. Appreciate all y'all coming in here. Camping cage free. Say say you shared this out. Hmm. Trying to look at comments here. Anybody want to come in and ask a question? Hello to all. Camping cage says. Ozark Woodsman sent me. Yeah. Ozark's laughing. Woodsman. Yeah, I know him. Trying to see if there's any more comments. So it's really weird, man, because on Saturdays, one of the reasons I thought this is gonna be so cool doing this on Saturday, because every time I've done live on Saturday, it's like a ton of people, and so I thought about moving all of my lives to Sundays. Thought about moving all my lives to Sundays, and today it's been kind of a slow one too. So maybe that's not the answer. I don't know. I did. Oh, period.
All right, I'll start off with the dingleberry mold.
All
It's like
right.
it's a little miscolored because of the dye I used on one of them, so it looks a little weird. But
That's the mold.
yep, this one's an open pour. So yeah,
Really?
you just pour it in there, and then you wait, and then you pull it out.
How long do you have to wait?
Probably like a minute.
Really?
Yeah,
That's amazing. And what is that made out of? Is that
silicone.
styrofoam or metal?
This one's silicone.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't stick to it?
No.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Have you fished with it yet?
What?
Have you caught anything with the dingleberries yet?
Yep. And then I caught a little bass in the next video.
Okay. And did you name it the dingleberry?
Yeah. Well, so actually no. So This was actually made by Marling. He made this. He made a whole video on making this,
Oh wow, that's cool.
and then he ended up just giving it to me, and then I'm selling the bait. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
and then this one, this is CNC aluminum. So this is from a machine,
Right.
and then you inject this one, but I don't know how good you can see that without glaring. In
Yeah.
case,
So there's 8 there.
yep, 4 on each side.
Okay, and then you lock it together, and then you squirt stuff into it.
Yep. So when you there's little notches that help you put it together, and then there's a hole right here where you put the injector in, and then
Okay.
it fills up and stuff. So
I've seen on some of your videos, they didn't turn out so great, and you throw them into like. Are you able to remelt them down and reuse them?
yep. So I can, unless it's a laminate, which a laminate's when you put 2 colors together, and if that messes up, it's kind of just a waste. But like for individual colors, if they mess up, I can just cut them back up, put them in the plastic, and then remelt them down.
What is it that messes them up? Is it like air gets in there, or what?
It can be, and then yeah, air or just not having enough plastic. And then with laminates, it's all about temperature. So if it swirls together, your temperatures are off.
Yeah. I said it's the last question, but how is your bait business doing? Like, are you able to
Doing,
keep up with it?
uh-huh. Yeah, I'm not overworked yet. That's the goal though. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's cool,
can.
man.
Hmm.
You need to get your stuff put in Bass Pro.
Yeah, when that happens, I'll. I'm sure I'll be fine if that ever happens.
Yeah.
That'll be insane.
I live where 45 minutes from their headquarters, the main Bass Pro Shop.
How cool is that? Cool.
It is humongous, dude. It's so massive, so massively big. I mean, if you're into all that kind of stuff and you've got money, it's really cool. But if you're always broke like me, it's just kind of frustrating to go in there because there's so many things you want and you can't get none of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right, let me see if there's any questions before we get out of here. Uh, Ozark says, I always share the live channel, I always share this channel's live stream on my channel. And I do appreciate that very much. Ask him if uh, Phil wants to know if the dingleberry is for sale yet. Phil, you can come in here if you'll push that link if you got a question or two. But that's his question. Ask him if the dingleberries are for sale yet.
They're going to be for sale at 5 p.m., depending where you are.
Really? 5 p.m.
Yep.
today?
Yep. They're going to be released today.
I mean, that's awesome.
Hmm. Hopefully they sell decent. It'd be cool if I could sell out of them.
Yeah.
More gas
Me
money.
and me and these other YouTuber friends I have, we were talking how it's like once you get so, at least the way we're doing it, it's like we follow so many people now. It's like, oh my gosh, you just got to pick. You try to watch everybody's that you can, but you can't watch everybody.
Yeah.
So um, you got to pick your main ones and go with it, or just swap them around. But I think we're done. Let's see. Phil says cool that he will be ordering one,
Heck yeah.
and hopefully it won't be long. I got to get past this Pennsylvania trip, but hopefully it won't be long until I'm buying a pillowcase.
Yeah,
That's my
heck
next
yeah, man.
goal. I appreciate you coming on here,
Yep, I
and
appreciate you having me. So
man, I
that's
wish you
awesome.
the best for everything. I always do.
Heck yeah, you too.
And he shared your link in here. Everybody go check him out. If you haven't checked him out, buy baits from him, buy shirts from him. He's got all kinds of merch, and help him out. He works hard. All right, man.
Heck yeah.
Appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
Thank y'all for coming, everybody. See ya.